What up, Eagle Nation? We back. And I am super, super excited to bring y'all my post-game reaction after a dominating win between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants. The Eagles took care of business today, 28-3. I mean, it was a slacking. Really beat up on them boys, man. And that's the stuff I wanted to see. This right here for the G's and the OGs. But you already know what to do. But if you're new to the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. Look, man, first off, I said that Saquon Barkley had to have his revenge game, and that is absolutely what happened. Let's talk about Saquon, man. He had 17 carries, 176 yards, and 1 touchdown. Like, bro was on a mission. Like, nobody could stop Saquon today. And we knew that's what we needed. You know what I mean? Every time he got behind the line of scrimmage, he was gone, bro. He was gone. And I really appreciate what I seen from him, man. It was a big game for him. He's on the road to, having a 1,000-yard season or better. We don't know how many all-purpose yards he's going to have this season. But we have to continue to feed the ball to Saquon. And look, the results are there. The proof is in the pudding. You got to get a ball to Saquon, man. You got to feed it through him. Jalen Hurts, man, he was 10 of 14, 114 yards, and a big monster throw to A.J. Brown, who had 5 receptions, 89 yards, and 1 touchdown. This was a slow-going game early for the Eagles. They still didn't score in the first quarter. But, after the second quarter, man, it just seemed like Nick Sirianni let his hands go with a playbook in the first quarter. And you could see that Kellen Moore, man, started to get more control, because we started running the ball. I think we ran the ball over 40 times today, exactly what we needed. We just didn't send the receivers on vertical routes. It was a lot of Jalen under center. And I'm telling you, man, that was a key in what we seen today, because we could use play action. We showed the defense something different. And when you put Jalen under center and hand the ball to Saquon, I'm telling you right now, man, there's not a lot of teams that's going to be able to stop what we got, man. The offensive line, man, they struggled early, especially Fred Johnson. He was I think they had a lot of sacks on the Eagles. Dexter Lawrence looked good. That was a guy who I spoke about in my pregame video. Those guys look good early on. But kudos to Kellen Moore. Kudos to making the adjustments that was needed, especially with, us being down Jordan Mailata. The run, we had to do it. And guess what, man? It worked. It worked. And that's all we wanted. So, the defense, again, for the second week in a row, did not allow a touchdowns. Of course, I know it was the Cleveland Browns. I know it was the New York Football Giants. But come on, man, we got to show some credit. We got to show some love to Vic Fangio in this defense, because it's been locked down, bro. No touchdowns for the last 2 weeks. That's a big deal. And also, after having 5 to 6 sacks last week, we turned around and bested that with 8 sacks this week. I'm talking about we was getting after Daniel Jones. He couldn't do nothing. If you look at him, I think Daniel Jones was almost out of the game quarter way through the fourth quarter, man. Like, the Philadelphia Eagles just look good on all phases of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. Cooper DeJean is a ball player, man. I'm talking about he's all over the field doing things for us, man. He's also a punt returner, man. He looked amazing, man. We so happy to have these young cornerbacks like Cooper DeJean, like Quinyon Mitchell, who was locked down. Malik Neighbors, who? That's all I got to say. Malik Neighbors had 4 receptions for 41 yards. Y'all told us all week that we would not be able to stop Malik Neighbors. Straps from Quinyon Mitchell's, straps from Cooper DeJean. Those guys just played big, and these are rookies. These are young guys who's stepping up and answering the phone call early in their career, man. Look, the future is bright for the Philadelphia Eagles, and that's on God. Also, man, the defense didn't allow no running I think Tracy was a lead back with 6 carries for 23 yards. Devin Singletary I think he had less than 15 yards. Like, this defense was flying around. This defensive line, man, they played well. We already knew that we had some good stuff on the back end, but the front seven also, man, let's talk about these linebackers. Nakobe Dean had a great game today. I know we be down on Nakobe Dean. You know, we be talking like, you know, we need to see him do better, but we got to give his credit today. He looked well, man. He had a sack on the quarterback. He had some really good tackles and open space. You know, that's the things I want to see. That's the things I want to see. We couldn't get Smitty going today, but at the same time, man, you know, this team had a dominating performance, a performance that we didn't see or didn't have in a very, very long time, man. So, look, man, I'm super happy with what I've seen from this Birds. I can't wait to look at the film on this game. I'm telling you, the film is going to tell us so much more than what we have already seen because, man, this team just dominated. So let's talk about Jalen Hurts, man. Jalen Hurts was 10 of 14 for 114 yards, man, and 1 touchdown. You know, and this is through the air. I'm pretty sure Jalen had a touchdown from a tush push. You know, I think he might have had 2. Jalen just looked good today, man. He controlled the line of scrimmage. He controlled his offense. He took what the defense gave him. You know, he wasn't trying to force things. He took a few sacks where he knew he wasn't going to be able to get the ball out of his hands. I appreciate him for that because usually Jalen Hurts would have probably put the football in harm's way. Jalen Hurts, no turnovers on the day. 2nd week in a row. Let's talk about that, man, because Jalen Hurts struggled early on in this season with turnover after turnover after fumble after fumble. And Jalen Hurts knew one thing. I got to clean that up. And so far, after these the last 2 games that were bad, the last 2 games, he really showed up, man, with no turnovers. Protecting the football is everything, man, because if you're giving the football away, you're not going to win. So, and Jalen Hurts understand that. And I appreciate that, man. I really, really do. I really, really do. But I don't want to hold y'all too long today, man. If you made it this far in the video and you felt like this puppy helped you out, please do the channel a favor. Real quick, man, we on the road to the last step of monetization. If you could, man, please leave a comment, like, subscribe. And if you're feeling froggy, man, just go ahead and leave a super chat. Everything is much appreciated over here at the Diamond Crew Sports Podcast. I'm glad y'all here. Thank y'all. But for now, I'm out.
Yeah, I got some diamonds on me dancing, looking like they prancing. Always on my BI, we talking about expansion. Looking at a mansion, open up the benches, hanging off the blicket, empty out the sticky, shooting like I'm jamming. Chipwood, this good, sorry that I'm this hood.